Please stand for a pledge of allegiance and a moment of silence, remembering all our men and women in the armed services protecting our freedom and our country.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Notice requirement of the open public meeting will have been satisfied concerning this meeting. The Home District Tribune, the Star Ledger posted the annual notice on December 16, 2016. It was posted on the municipal bulletin board. Town Hall should be so noted in the minutes of the meeting. Councilman Anderson. Here. Councilman Ficarra. Here. Councilwoman Drum. Here. Councilwoman De Jesus. Here. Councilman Spiller. Here. Councilman Small. Here. Councilman Patel. Here. Vice President Meehan. Here. And President Delina.
Here.
Can I get a motion to approve the minutes from November 13th?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Ordinance letter A, can I get a motion to continue this to the next meeting?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We'll take letters B, C, and D, which are three bond ordinances for second reading. We'll take them by consent. The first is the bond ordinance authorizing the making of various public improvements in the acquisition of new additional or replacement equipment and machinery, new information technology and telecommunications equipment, and new automotive vehicles in the amount not to exceed $4,363,000. The second is a bond ordinance to authorize the making of public improvements in the acquisition of new additional replacement equipment and machinery for the sewer utility in an amount not to exceed $500,000. And the third is a bond ordinance to authorize the expansion of a parking lot through the parking utility not to exceed $200,000. Can I get a motion that these three ordinances be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any comments or questions from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letters B, C, and D.
Good evening, Council President. Gerard Oakland. This is on bond ordinance B, making the various public improvements and telecommunications equipment. Just what kind of telecommunications equipment is that? Cell phones or iPads, laptops? Who's that for?
Mr. Landolfi, anything in particular?
Catch up to you. Which one were to read?
Letter B, part A.
Communications, telecommunication equipment.
Hang on 1 second.
Would that be for
I'm sorry, I'm
dispatchers?
slow.
For
Mr.
dispatchers?
President.
Like police radios? What?
I think that might be for dispatching. Dispatchers.
Dispatching?
Yes.
All right.
Council President, I apologize. I'm slow.
Yeah, I believe that's for
Get
dispatchers.
back. You want to go in the various public improvements, what would they be? I mean, are they curbing? What?
Road
Road,
projects. Yeah.
like that?
Yeah, our standard yearly road projects.
Is there anything in there scheduled for the high school or anything like that for replacement of fields or anything, or no?
I don't have that in front of me.
Would you know now, or if you can find out by the next meeting?
We'll check it out.
Okay, okay. Thanks a lot.
Are there any other comments from the public on letters B, C, and D? Hearing no other comments, I get a motion that the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law.
Motion.
Second.
Questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter E is an amendment to Chapter 7 entitled Traffic of the Revised Ordinance of the Township of Woodbridge. This is with regards to traffic signal on Main Street. Get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Public hearing now open on letter E only. Hearing no comment from the public, could I get a motion that the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Letter F is an amendment to Chapter 28 entitled Sewers, subsection 28-4.5 Fees. I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter F only. Hearing no comment, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed, the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. And letter G is a bond ordinance to amend sections 1 and 3 of the bond ordinance originally adopted 15-74. Can I get a motion that this ordinance be taken up on second and third reading and the public hearing be open?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. The public hearing is now open on letter G only.
Good evening, Council President George Bob, the whole plan again. Bond ordinance, $2.5 million for the generator for the replacement of the roof. I thought we had this debacle with the roof taken care of when Hurricane Sandy came.
Yes. It has been, yes, it's been completed with insurance after all this time.
So
Insurance money has paid for this.
So we're not going to do it again. We're just being we're paying the vendor or what?
It's not an increased action. This is the original.
Oh, it's the original from back from Sandy.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, good. So it was $2.5 million, and it's from the insurance company, right?
Correct.
Okay, all right, thanks.
Any other comments or questions on letter G only? Hearing another comment, can I get a motion that the public hearing be closed and the ordinance be adopted and submitted to the mayor for approval as required by law?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. We will take first reading ordinances H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, and R. Can I get a motion that these ordinances be taken up on first reading, that they be published in the Home News Tribune on December 1st, 2017, with notice of public hearing to be held on December 19th, 2017 at 7 p.m.
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. On the resolutions, Mr. President, we will take numbers 1 through 30 by consent. Can I get a motion to approve 1 through 30?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it.
We will now go to the public portion of the meeting. I ask that if you have something, please step up to the microphone, say your name and where you're from. You'll have 5 minutes.
Okay. Good evening, Council President George Bob, the whole plan. Hope everybody had a good, happy Thanksgiving. Everybody did. It was a beautiful weather and stuff like that, so that's pretty good. Okay, in light of everything that's happening in this world, I don't want to be facetious, but we are prepared, right? You know, we have enough ammunition and stuff like that. We're prepared for anything, and we do have a parade coming up, and these bad people are around, and, you know, we have taken the appropriate security precautions to, protect our citizens as they view parades, correct?
I'm confident that our police department is prepared.
Okay, be confident and be overconfident, good. Number 2, the deer. That deer is still on Route 9 over there. I mean, sorry, 2.5 weeks. Whose section is that? There's a dead deer.
It's actually a state. And I'll be honest with you, unfortunately, there's dead deer all over. Not just there, 287, Route 9.
Yeah, but
It's all over. So, it is called in, and when the state gets to it, they get to it. But
it's good. It's laying there, and luckily the weather's cool, and it's a hazard to everybody over there. Okay. They're putting Wendy's over there on Route 1, right? Over by the Ford dealer?
Yes.
Whose section is that?
You mean whose section?
Who's the council section on there?
4th Ward Council.
Who?
4th Ward Council Life.
Yeah, there's no sidewalks, there's nothing there. You can have cars going into Wendy's from the fast lane. It should be very interesting to see what happens over there. But I make a push for sidewalks and stuff like that in the state, because you're going to have people crossing over there with the light. And as it is, the lighting is kind of sketchy.
I don't think that's made for people to go walking to,
Well,
or like cars driving in and out, especially off the highway.
Believe me, you're going to be walking there. Okay, no line cams, huh? Not through this thing. Guys, you failed us, you know, like that. You're a short timer over there. Wait, one more meeting, huh? Council President?
Yes, sir.
That's it. You have a farewell address over there?
Big part.
For your 33 years of service, how long has it been?
It's been a long time.
It's been a long time. Too long. I heard that, we're be hosting the Snapple Bowl over at Nick Prisco Stadium in 2018. Do we know that? Have you heard about that?
Yes.
Okay. I've heard that they're going to be replacing the sod and grass over there, the artificial turf over at the stadium. Is that
Yes.
true? Okay. That's only 12 years old, 11 years old, or whatever.
That's usually the life expectancy of fields like that.
Who's going to be paying for that?
That's the Board of Ed.
Where's they going to get the money from? Is that pilot or what?
We're going to undertake the...
Yes, it's going to be through a pilot.
Pilot, okay. Well, we're more money and stuff like that on there, so yikes, don't care. Let's see. Oh, that marijuana facility, that should prove interesting over there, and I hope the mayor does approve it because, you know, as you can say, Woodbridge could go to pot, their own home on there. But seriously, look into it, and the revenue would be great because we're getting all that revenue from the OTW, right? We're getting all that revenue from the OTW, and no revenue from the OTW as well. I mean, you should put a user tax on recreational use of marijuana for the township, you know, and that's what you can't do it. And, okay, all right, and that's about it. I guess my time's up. Okay, take care.
Thank you.
Any other comments from the public?
Okay.
Yes.
Robert Mezzi, 434 Otherwise Street, make for them we're ready again. Help, help, help! It's all about you, Judge Boyd. It's all about you and the cop Andy Maltalvo and his uncle Armando Maltalvo. Really, it's more like I'm getting mentally, I'm getting assassinated by mental harassment, like not sex. It's more like sex. More like sex. It's really doing a job on me, doing a good number. Okay, I want to talk about PNC Park. We'll get back to you later, Judge Boyd, in the 2 Montalvos. I want to talk about PNC Park down on Parkway. How they abuse me, harass me, sexually, I'm going to use sexually abuse so you guys understand, but they're not sexually abusing me. So you guys get the picture. Guy calls me ugly. I talk to the police officers. I go to the council meetings in Homedale. They don't seem to care. Nobody cares. I go to, I took Sandy Cookie, San Diego to court, and the judge told me, Judge Casey said, well, go see your supervisor, which I did up on Route 1, the big building, New Jersey Turnpike building. I went to talk to her, man. She was sticking up for the volunteers, and they're not about me, not one word about me. So next time I go, I'll find out who's her boss. Or maybe take her, I don't know what I can do. I need help. And how you like the circuit I got? I got at Mr. John's. Eddie's there every Monday and Tuesday. Mr. John, see Eddie. And at the concert this summer, I wish we get, what's the name? I can't remember. The guys from Pittsburgh. Oh, brother. Okay, let's go Mets. Let's go Mets. You got to wait another 6 months. And I predict Robbie Thompson's going to be the manager of the Yankees. Remember that? I said that. Okay, I want to talk about Mr. Maltalvo. The way have you guys been to Perth Boy? You probably did. The way they walk in front of you, they skateboard on Hello Avenue, and he's the director of police. He's doing a terrible job. Like, they walk in front of you, they don't even look. You know how a dog and a cat cross the street? They just look straight ahead? That's how they do in Perth Amboy. I'm going to talk about this too at the council meeting in Perth Amboy. I talk about it. I try to talk about everything, but Okay, let's go Mets. I've run out of, I forgot what I was going to talk about. Okay, Mr. Judge Boyd, you've done very bad to me. You guys know Justin Turner, the baseball player with the Los Angeles Dodgers in the World Series? That's how Judge Boyd looks. I said Judge Boyd is a little section. He combs his hair to the left. Real nice. Turner is like parts in the middle. Yeah, okay. I want to talk about the Mets. So they're going to look pretty good next year. I got to think what I'm thinking about and talking about. See, I ran out of over here. I'm thinking. I know what to say up here, but it doesn't come out. I need help. Somebody out there in TV land or anywhere. Come give the guy a break. Help me. Oh, yeah, I want to talk about my brother Julius, the Marine in 50-51. He fought for the South Korea against the North, and this guy up the street here, he told me don't come in the store to buy lunch meat. There you go. My brother gave his life as a young kid. Well, no, he survived, 19 years old. And I want to talk about that gym in Woodbridge, across the street from the Crunch, where the guy threw me out of his store too. I couldn't catch my breath. I says, let me sit down and take a break, or no, you gotta get out of it. Don't come back here anymore. How could they do that? How could place of business throw somebody out? Could anybody? How about you, lawyer, council lawyer for the city? Did you answer me that for the Woodbridge? Okay, nobody wants to answer. Okay, throws me out like if I was an animal. And Judge Boyd, he took advantage of a guy that's can't get his words across. You guys see, I can't get it across too well.
Okay, Mr. Messi, I'm sorry, but your time is up, sir.
You have another minute?
No, sir, thank you.
Okay, help.
Have a good night.
Are there any other questions or comments from the public? Portion of the meeting.
My name is Vince Macchio. I'm a resident of Perth Amboy. I'm a healthcare worker in Perth Amboy as well. I came here to address the issue of closing the shelter. Please support the restoration of shelter services at the Salvation Army in Perth Amboy. Due to budgetary difficulties, shelter care of the most misfortunate members of our towns has stopped operating. I think you should kindly acknowledge the underserved, the destitute in their transition from joblessness, homelessness, and interaction with a justice system undergoing transition. I have a petition, 9 copies. I'd like to present to the council if you could do that. I specifically would like to discuss maybe 3 issues. During the PITS review through the county of Middlesex last year, they numbered only 200 people in shelters in the county. Based on my estimate, if they cut out one shelter, which the township of Woodbridge has used over the years, for decades, 4 decades, that shelter has operated. So that means 10% of the shelter space has been eliminated. As a healthcare worker, we have to work with people in terms of their healthcare. Being released without any place to go is a problem. So basically, if somebody's to choose something or has an option, the Salvation Army has been one option. I'd like to also mention that the studies have been underreported progressively throughout the years in terms of actually the Diocese of Metuchen has reported over 100,000 people are actually in inappropriate housing. So this has to be addressed not only by you as a people within Middlesex County, but by the entire system. I'm not addressing this to put any specific obligation on you, but if you're just going to accept a of a shelter that's operated progressively for over 4 decades, I don't think that's the right way to go. I think some assistance by each town, whether it be Woodbridge, South Amboy, Perth Amboy, Saraville, Carteret, that type of support should be given to a shelter that's operating. I appreciate it. Who should I give you?
Bring it over here to the
Thank
clock,
you.
please.
Well, yes, there's 9 copies there for you.
Thank you,
Can
sir.
I get a motion that the public portion of this meeting be closed?
Motion. Second.
Any comments or questions? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Public portion is now closed.
We will now go to the agenda portion of the meeting. My agenda is in order, just one thing. This Saturday, December 2nd, Port's Business Community will be holding their annual Christmas lighting, which will be on New Brunswick Avenue, and that will be starting at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Stores will be participating, so stop by any of the stores on New Brunswick Avenue. And there will also be music, singing, and also there will be pictures taken with Santa Claus. And the tree lighting will be over by Tri-County Construction on New Brunswick Avenue, and that will be done during, I'm not sure what time, but basically between 5:30 and 6 o'clock, the tree will be lit, and there will be pictures taken before that with Santa Claus. So I encourage everyone, please come out. That's December 2nd, and it starts at 3 o'clock till 6 o'clock. And that's all I have. Council Vice President Meehan.
Thank you. My agenda is in order. I just have a few announcements. Going to number 2, the CBC, the Colonial Business Community, will be holding the Colonial Tree Lighting next Thursday, December 7th at 6 p.m. It'll be held at the Evergreen Center on Inman Avenue. We'll have Santa Claus there. We'll have a live petting zoo for the children, crafts and refreshments. The event is free, but we do ask if you bring a toy for tots or a non-perishable food for our food drive. The day after, on Friday, December 8th, we will be holding an event that we do every year called Cookies and Cans for the Troops and the Food Banks. It'll be at the VFW, again, in Colonia on Inman Avenue. And what we do there is we collect cookies, homemade cookies, to send over to the troops overseas that are from Woodbridge Township. And we collect food to make up baskets for the holidays. Number 13, the Heroin Task Force. There will be a holiday party at the Elks this week on Friday, December 1st, from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. It is $20 in advance or $25 at the door, and the Seven Stone Band will be playing for entertainment there. All proceeds from this will go to help people in recovery. So we ask that you come out and have a good time and help us support them. And I just wanted to take a moment to just thank everybody that help us feed so many families over the Thanksgiving week. We hear so many negative things in the world, so I just wanted to share something positive and nice after what I witnessed last week. Through the joint efforts of many people from this community, we were able to deliver over 50 baskets for those in need so that they could have a nice holiday. There were baskets made up from schools, troops, and businesses. Woodbridge High School alone donated 53 baskets from their students. Food donations were plentiful, and on the Sunday before Thanksgiving, a group of teenagers spent their Sunday putting the baskets together and cooking fresh baked goods so that people would have homemade products to put in those baskets. Over 50 turkeys were donated, so that people donated their free turkeys, but then went on to bring us other turkeys just so that we had enough. I had college students home on break that came out and spent their college break helping deliver these too. So I just wanted to say there was so much kindness that unfolded last week, and we don't always look for it, we don't always see it. So I just wanted to thank the township for doing so much for families in Woodbridge Township, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Councilwoman Drum.
Thank you, Council President. Number 4, the Downtown Merchants Association. The Downtown Merchants Association and our Recreation Department held a very successful holiday stroll and Small Business Saturday this past Saturday. I wanted to thank the Recreation Department again for working with the Downtown Merchants for a very successful event. They do it every year. They open up the businesses offer deals. It was very well attended this year, actually. The weather was pretty mild, and we had a really good turnout. And so I just wanted to say thank you for a successful event. Number 10, the Woodbridge Animal Group. On Saturday, December 2nd at Parker Press, the Woodbridge Animal Group is going to be having pictures with Santa with their pet animals for $10. And this fee will go to support the Woodbridge Animal Group. And it's from 10 a.m. to 11:30 at Parker Press. And number 15, the Buy Local Committee is requesting that you take the pledge to buy your holiday gifts from our local businesses. You can access taking the pledge and signing up for this on the township website at www.twp.woodbridge.nj.us. And this would be a personal commitment to do your holiday shopping with our local businesses. And in addition to that being on our township website, it's a great website. It's fairly recently been updated. There are a multitude of events that are on there, so I would encourage everyone to look at that, particularly with all of the holidays coming up. There are many events that are posted that may be of interest to you all for getting into the holiday spirit. Number 17, the Chamber of Commerce is hosting their annual holiday luncheon. It's planned for December 4th at the Renaissance. And they're also having a holiday afternoon networking event for Thursday, December 7th at the APA Hotel and the Bogert's Lounge from 3 to 5. If you're interested, you can contact the Chamber and sign up for that. And then number 20, the Woodbridge Fire Department. Last meeting I wasn't here, and I understand that the Woodbridge volunteer firefighter, Mike Hapstack, received a proclamation for the Bruce Turcott Fireman of the Year Award, and I just wanted to congratulate him for that. And lastly, the Christmas parade is going to be this Sunday, December 3rd. Begins at 1:30 from Woodbridge High School, and it goes down to the Town Hall. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Councilman Anderson.
Thank you, Council President. My agenda is in order. I just would like to congratulate the Woodbridge Bronco Mighty Mite team for finishing second in the state. They were representing the conference, Central Jersey Conference at Rutgers University. It was a great game. A bunch of little 8- and 9-year-old kids out there really playing football to the highest level. They lost 12-7 to the Newark Brick City Lions, and it was a great event, and it was really nice of Rutgers University to open it up to the kids. The Woodbridge Bronco cheerleaders will be representing our township in Disney World next week, and would like to wish their junior varsity and varsity levels as they compete for a national title down there. I will mention the Barron Arts Center will be having their tree lighting on December 1st from 5 to 7 p.m. There'll be songs there from Woodbridge High School Choir, and there'll be refreshments from Wegmans Food Market. So come out and see the tree lighting. It's always a very festive way to kick off the new holiday season, and that is all I have. Thank you.
And also, congratulations to you, Councilman, and your staff, and all the parents for a great job you did this year, and to the children for the great job that they did, especially to get to the final like that, especially with the quality of football that's out there throughout the whole state. So congratulations. Councilman Vaccaro.
Thank you, Council President. I generally at every meeting promote activities at the community center. You can check those out because there's so many of them at their website at njwcc.com, NewJersey-WoodbridgeCommunityCenter.com. In particular, I was there today for a wellness meeting, had the opportunity to tour and see some of the renovations and improvements. And if you haven't been there lately, Woodbridge Community Center has always been the mecca of wellness and fitness in Woodbridge Township, and quite frankly in the county. It is an incredible place with many opportunities. But the renovations are quite startling, from the beautiful new rugs in the foyer and the stairwell to some of the fitness equipment is just state-of-the-art. So it's a great place to be. Nice way to end the year and get the holiday season going, and it's also be a great place to start the new year on a healthy note. Also, thank you to Councilman Drum for running the Jingle Bell Stroll this past Saturday, raising funds for the Arthritis Foundation with the assistance of our Recreation Department, in particular Brian Molnar, and his wife Jo and Miss Mendy, Ro Mendy, were out there. It was a wonderful day. We had a hearty group. We raised some significant funds, and we look forward to building on it next year. So thank you, Council President. That's all I have.
Thank you. Councilwoman De Jesus.
Thank you, Council President. Item number 6, our police community relations. Detective Sino and Detective Slotsberg. On Thursday, November 30th, the Girl Scouts will be coming to Town Hall to give thanks to all of our officers. On December 1st, Detective Sino will be working on a project with an elementary school in the district. On December 3rd, the annual PBA gift giving to the less fortunate families at Toys R Us. On December 4th, they will be given a class for parents of Highland Grove Preschool on various safety topics with a representative from Robert Wood Johnson Hospital. On December 6th, they will be at one of our high schools for their bi-weekly class, and on December 9th, they will partake in the charity billiards tournament against seniors from Woodbridge at Woodbridge Community Center. Item number 10, the Barron Art Center. They are having right now their annual train show exhibit through December 30th, and it will be closed on December 25th. The hours are Monday through Friday, 11 through 4, or Saturday and Sunday, 2 to 4. And their holiday concert, Brothers in Harmony, will be Friday, December 8th at 7:30 p.m. Item number 12, the Free Public Library of Woodbridge. The library will host 2 help sessions for anyone who would like to enroll in or make changes to their government health insurance marketplace plan, also known as Obamacare. On Tuesday, December 5th, from 2 to 8:30 p.m., they will be at the Forts branch in their meeting room. Again, that's Tuesday, December 5th, from 2 to 8:30 at the Forts branch. And on Thursday, December 7th, from 6 to 8:30 p.m., they will be in Woodbridge at the main library on the ground floor meeting room. And I know she does this she thanked everyone, but I want to say thank you to Councilwoman Meehan for the work that she did in collecting all of the baskets for the needy families in our town. We were fortunate, my family and I were fortunate enough to deliver a basket to a family, and the joy that we saw on their faces just says so much. And I personally would like to thank you for all the time that you invest and all the work that you do in making sure that this happens year after year. Thank you. And that is all that I have, Council President.
Thank you. Councilman Spiller.
Thank you, Council President. Just one item on my agenda. Item number 4. I just want to thank the administration and engineering. Parents of the Golden Saints reached out to me. We were having some issues with parking and traffic flow, movement. And we sat down, we came up with a game plan, some additional signage, on the ground, above the ground. They reached out, and throughout the course of the whole season, they did notice a significant increase for the better, so thank you. The rest of my agenda is in order. Just 2 announcements. Congratulations to Reverend Bob Lauer and the rest of the congregation at the Avenel Presbyterian Church, who recently celebrated their 90th anniversary. Quite an accomplishment, so congrats to them. And St. Anthony of Padua, Port Reading Avenue, is having their annual Christmas Friendship Dinner. I bring it up now because if you need local transportation, you can let them know no later than Monday the 18th, and we meet the night after, so bring that up now. That's Christmas, Monday, December 25th, 1:30 to 3:30. There is no charge. Please call 732-634-1419 for their friendship dinner. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Small.
Thank you, Mr. President. My agenda is in order.
Thank you. Councilman Patel.
Yes, thank you, Council President. My agenda is also in order. I have one announcement. On Saturday, December 9th, between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m., Indian Business Association, they will have their annual Christmas tree lighting event there, and it's going to happen at the India Square, which is located at the corner of Route 27 and Middlesex Avenue. They will have plenty of parking there in the church parking lot. They'll have a toy train ride. They will have also Santa Claus. They will have music, singing, performances. So we welcome you all on December 9th, Saturday, between the hours of 3 p.m. and 6 p.m. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Mr. Mitch.
Thank you, Mr. President. Under number 1, letter A, I believe I mentioned last meeting, that's a new transfer for new Get Me Liquors on Port Reading Avenue. Letter B is new to this meeting, which is the consideration for a new liquor license for the South Amboy Boat Club. That's currently under review by the police department. Probably have a recommendation in about a month or so. Under number 2, letter A, we did hear this past week that it does look like the Attorney General reached an agreement with Ivy Stone. We're supposed to have a copy of that agreement this week. I'll keep you posted. Letter B, again, as I've asked before, no order calendars for a hearing that evening, 1/23/18, unless a settlement happens beforehand. The rest of the items are in order. You know about, I'm sorry, number 7, I'm going to note just for the poll workers who happen to watch, we prepared about 400 payroll checks. They're going out tomorrow, so that'll close out the election. You know about the special meeting for best practices. And the final item is we have an executive session immediately following this tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll now go to administration. Mr. Landolfi.
Thank you, Council President. There's several items this evening. The first is we're going to request an award of a contract for pump station upgrades and an award of contract for our SREC monitoring and SREC sale, and that's the solar renewable energy credits that we get from our existing solar array. We're going to ask you to award a single axle truck chassis for Public Works. We'll also have a couple of housekeeping items: refund of tax overpayments, sewer overpayments, parking permits, and acceptance of a safe and secure grant. We also are going to ask you to approve 4 Chapter 159s so that we can insert 4 additional grants that we've applied for and received into the current fiscal year budget. We're going to ask you to approve a renewal of our shared service agreement with the Board of Education for our radio communication system maintenance contract. That's all I have, Council President.
Thank you. We now go to Police Director Hubner.
Thank you, Council President. I have a proposal for an ordinance for the traffic control signal at Port Reading Avenue and Tappan Street in Port Reading, and the removal of a handicap parking space on Marion Street in Port Reading. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go with Health. Mr. Green.
Thank you. I don't have anything. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Recreation, Mr. Smolinka.
Thank you, Council President. I have a donation to the Girl Scout Troop 80228. Thank you.
Thank you. Planning and Development, Ms. Lexi.
Thank you, Council President. In addition to our standard biweekly refunds, we also have our annual contracts with from the CDBG program, the Community Development Block Grant from HUD. And additionally, we have some public and private streets that we need to add to our map, so we'll have some resolutions on that for you. Thank you.
Thank you. For the Public Works, Mr. Henry.
Thank you, Council President. I have one resolution authorizing the execution of final change order for emergency sewer repairs along Rowley Avenue and Port Reading Avenue. Thank you.
Thank you. Legal. Thank you.
Section 8 of the Open Public Meetings Act, Chapter 231 Public Laws of 1975 permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances. And whereas this public body is of the opinion that these circumstances presently exist, and therefore be it resolved by the Municipal Council of the Township of Woodbridge that the public portion of this meeting is hereby recessed in order that the Municipal Council may meet in a closed executive session for approximately 15 minutes to discuss the following matters, which are personnel in nature. Can I get a motion to approve the resolution?
Motion.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. This time I'd like to ask the public to please leave the room. Okay, reconvene at 8:05 p.m. Can I get a motion to approve resolutions that have been presented to you? The first is the involuntary disability retirement, and the others are, we have 5 MOUs, memorandums of agreement with various bargaining units, and a full contract for another bargaining unit. Can I get a motion to approve the resolutions?
Motion.
Second.
Any questions or comments from council? All in favor, aye?
Aye.
Opposed? Ayes have it. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.